Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Well, this is my first ever thing, but today we'll be reading a thing on Wattpad. I don't know how to link it, but this is it, just in case anyone wants to know. It is Kakashi Naruto by Namikaze Naruto. There's he right there. And yeah, my inspirations are Zether. I have no editor, and I'm broke, so Alright, here we begin. It was October 10th, and it would be forever known as the darkest day in the history of Ninja Village of the Hidden Leaf. It was the day the dreaded nine-tailed fox demon attacked their land and their village. It was a huge monster. Its red chakra could be seen and felt by people over a mile away. The ninjas that survived the battle would still be able to tell how they could feel the killer intent of the giant fox, how it might feel how it felt like a giant weight crushing them, but they had to protect their village, so they fought. Many died in that battle. Attacks against the demon were brushed aside, though they were nothing. Scores of ninjas died when it counterattacked. It was a pure nightmare, that battle that night. Many thought that it was the end of things, that they would all die, and then it would go on and attack their village, killing everyone they held dear. But it was the leader, the fourth Hokage, the man named Minato Namikaze, that ended it all. There was only one thing he could do at the moment. He stood on the mountain looking over the battles. He held a small bundle in his arms. The man was tall, with yellow spiky hair and blue eyes. As he looked on with great sadness in his heart, the bundle in his arms moved, and he looked down and smiled at the little boy that had just been born. "Sorry, Naruto, I have no choice. I have to save the village. And there is only one technique I know that will do it." He smiled at the young boy, and his heart broke knowing this was the only time he would ever hold his son like this. You deserve more than this, my son. You deserve to live with your family." He closed his eyes. The mother of his child, Kushina Uzumaki, the greatest love of his life, had died in childbirth. She had suffered an injury in the attack and went into labor, but it was difficult, and she had lost so much blood. All the medical nins were at the front line, and so had to been there for his love before she had died with their son in her arms. Sorry, y'all, I had a burp. He placed a tarp over her body. She was still back there in his personal quarters. He couldn't leave her side at a time like this, but she was gone now, and a large part of his heart went with her. They hadn't even been officially married since the damn counselor approved of him marrying someone outside of their village. But he still loved her, and she loved him. They had stayed together and had to keep his relationship a secret. Only a trusted few, like his old son Uriah, his last student Kakashi, and the previous Hokage. Or yeah, I kinda wanted to skip to when Naruto was born. Okay, so a little bit. Bodies were everywhere. People cried out in pain. Some as they were dying. Medical nins were doing their best. but there were just so many people injured and dying. Kakashi himself felt a few blows, nothing lethal, but he needed some rest. So this is after the battle. Silence through, he felt a split lip under his mask, so he sighed at it. Was one of the problems of always wearing a mask. He didn't have to, of course, but it was just his style. How no one knew what he looked like, since he had worn one as far as back people can remember. He looked he looked again with his eye that wasn't covered with his headband over the field. There would be many people that would lose their precious people today, and remind him of his own losses. His father, who committed suicide to atone for his dishonor, his mother, and worse, his friends. First, Obito, who died on his first mission in the war. He had lost his eye on that mission. Obito asked Rin, their medic, to implant one of his into Kakashi. Then not long after, one was lost to him as well. It just seemed like everyone he loved or cared for was taken away from him. The only one he had really left was his sensei, the new Hokage, and his wife. Well, technically not, but he knew that she was wife and everything but name. He was glad that his teacher and mentor must have been sharing for 6 minutes. Okay. He knew that she was wife area, but he's glad that his teacher and mentor had found a woman like her or having a child soon. Seemed like he had been so engrossed he actually missed the boot that landed next to him and actually hit the ground. Kakashi Hatake, you are reported to the Hokage Tower. Oh man, I was just resting too, he grunted with the effort to get him. Do you need assistance? The masked ninja asked. No, I'm fine. I just needed to catch my second wind is all. He waved it off as he made his way to the tower. It was a long way for him, but he eventually made it to the largest building under the mountain with faces of the Hokages on them. He climbed the steps, surprised that there were no guards. Everyone had been pulled off their usual duties for their demon. He found the office, the Hokage opened them up, and he was a bit confused to not see the Hokage, but the previous Hokage there along with his sensei's teacher. Both of them had looks on their faces that suddenly made Kakashi's stomach twist on itself. Sarutobi-sama, Jiraiya-sama. I was expected Hokage-sama to be here. He said as he walked over to them. Uzemi noticed that there was a sleeping form in Sarutobi's arms. I'm afraid of the Hokage. I'm sorry, Kakashi. He's dead. Sarutobi hung his head. Kakashi felt like he was crushed under those boulders all over again. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of funny. I'm gonna try not to laugh right now. On the mission that had killed Obito, the last precious person he had in his life was gone. He felt hollow inside, very alone in the world. He hadn't felt like this since his father's death. Nearly fell to his knees, but he tried to keep a brave face in front of his elders. But it was hard, so very hard. He just wanted to sink to his knees and cry out his pain to the heavens. Why? Why him? Why must everyone I get close to die? He thought to himself, and didn't notice how the old toad sage walked up to him and placed a hand on his shoulder. I know, boy. I know how you feel. I loved the kid like a son. He deserved better than this. But it was his choice, and the only way to stop the demon. Jiraiya told him. How? Kakashi asked, not looking at the older man. As far as we can tell, he used a forbidden art to seal the demon into a host's body. It will imprison the demon for all time. But the ghost to balance such as a technique requires the person performing it to sacrifice their own life, Saratobi explained and walked over to the young man. This is Naruto, the Hokage's son. He used him to seal away the demon. He showed the snow-haired young man. Oh, I thought he was talking about Naruto had snow hair. I was about to be like, wait, what? Kakashi looked, and he could see resemblance. The yellow hair and blue eyes were very alike, although it was strange seeing what looked like whisker marks on his face. Young boy looked up at him with curious blue eyes. Kakashi actually grinned a bit. His teacher would have been a great father. He knew the man had been looking forward to this. But what of? He trailed off asking about the mother, but he got told. But the looks he got told him all. So the looks that he got told him all the information he needed. I'm sorry, she died giving birth when the demon attacked. She had been injured with the birth, and it was just too much for her body, Jiraiya told him. There is a letter for you here made out to you to read, Saratobi pointed with his free hand to the desk. Kakashi walked slowly towards it. It was strange seeing his sensei there behind the desk. Images came to his mind. Oh, wait, I want to test something. If I do this, go to another tab. It will still be there, okay. Working how he seemed to smile. Him there, working how he seemed to smile a lot at him giving his missions of just talking to him. He saw a picture there of him in his original team and then of his sensei's team when he was a kid. He knew there was a picture of his lover in his desk drawer as well. Well, okay guys, this is where I'm going to be leaving the video off. It is very late at night. It is 1:42, well past my bedtime. Nah, I'm just joking. But I'm going to see if I have any technical difficulties. And peace. This is Micro, and I'm out.